Hi, Moo. Daddy was so happy to see your butterfly cage the other day with your... What are those called? They're those little things that turn into butterflies. They kind of look like worms. Oh my goodness. Do you know what they're called? Caterpillars, that's right. So we were talking and I told you that the monarch butterflies actually come here to California when they are migrating. And we are at the Hidden Trails Monarch Butterfly Nature Preserve. And I thought it would be a good place to walk around. The butterflies aren't here right now because they only come here in the winter when they are migrating. But it should still be a nice place to walk around, right? Let's take a look. Plants blooming in the right place at the right time. Wintering monarchs use stored fat for energy. Some sip nectar about once a week if it's available. Non-native English ivy blooms in fall, and eucalyptus trees flower in winter, providing butterflies with a nourishing snack. Butterflies drink through a straw-like tube called a proboscis. They also taste with their feet. Fresh water, just green, not gross. Look closely and you will see the green covering on this pond is not slime, but a layer of tiny plants called duckweed. Duckweed hitchhikes from pond to pond on the feathers and feet of birds. There's a little frog saying, "I sat by the edge of the pond and saw a heron eat a frog. Oh no!" The pond is dried up today. I can see tracks in the mud. The pond is a seasonal attraction. That means it only is here a few months of the year. In the shelter of the canopy, traveling to a mild climate is the monarch's way of waiting out winter. Each fall, they migrate to sheltered woodlands along our coast. The tree canopy acts like an umbrella that protects butterflies from rain. Trees surrounding the canyon block the wind, creating a sheltered spot to welcome these long-distance travelers. This place looks like a butterfly hotel where monarchs come for winter vacation. I watched a monarch on a bush. It couldn't fly and was shivering to get warm. The docent said the bushes act like a cushion where butterflies can land safely when they fall. A docent is someone who takes care of a place and tells you about the attractions. The monarch migration. Winged generations follow the seasons. The monarchs that are here in the winter are the great-great-grandchildren of the butterflies that were here last year or will be here last year. Monarchs that spend the winter here emerge from chrysalids in the Pacific Northwest or the western slope of the Rockies, as far as milkweed grows. They fly here in fall as days become shorter. This generation of monarchs lives from 6 to 8 months. As the days lengthen, these butterflies head north and east, seeking milkweed patches where they will lay their eggs. Each new generation spreads out across the west, and when fall arrives, we once again welcome back the monarchs. Here is where we are at Natural Bridges State Beach. That's Generation 4. Monarchs leave the coast in February and March, flying north and east to find a milkweed patch to lay their eggs. Then in the spring, as they grow north and east, Generation 1. Eggs hatch in March and April. These caterpillars grow, form a chrysalis, and emerge as a butterfly. They fly further north and east to seek out a new milkweed patch where they lay their eggs and expire. Born in May and June, Generation 2. This generation flies further north and east. After 2 to 6 weeks, they seek out a milkweed patch, lay their eggs, and then they too expire. Born in July and August, this generation spreads out across the Pacific Northwest and from southern Canada to the Rocky Mountains, where they seek milkweed, lay their eggs, and expire. Finally, Generation 4. Hatched in September and October, these monarchs live longer and are born travelers, just like their great-great-grandparents. As days shorten and temperatures drop, these butterflies migrate to the coast. During fall migration, monarchs may fly 60 to 100 miles per day, depending on the weather, winging their way to warmth. Monarch butterflies are known for their long migrations. These butterflies cannot survive freezing winter weather, so they travel great distances each fall to reach milder climates. Depending on what part of North America they call home, these tiny aviators can fly as far as 3,000 miles. Isn't it weird? Some monarchs live for only 4 to 6 weeks. Others live 6 to 8 months and have to fly really far not to freeze. But I think they have a lot of company. And look, there's some company listening. It's a mama deer and her baby deers. They're listening to the story of the monarchs also. Hi. I'm sorry, I did not mean to disturb you. Later. Cluster culture. Close enough for comfort. Look up. You may see hundreds of butterflies hanging above. If it was winter. Monarch butterflies spend fall and early winter in this canyon. Look for them hanging in dense clusters, intertwining their feet along the branches of the eucalyptus trees. At first glance, the butterflies look like clumps of dead leaves. That is, until one takes flight or another arrives to nestle among its companions. Butterflies are active when temperatures are above 60 degrees Fahrenheit. They cannot fly in temperatures below 55 degrees and can't even move when it's below 45 degrees. Watch for butterflies resting in a sunny spot, on a branch, or even on the ground. Their wings act as solar panels. Once their bodies warm up, they take flight. Males have a black spot on the upper side of each hind wing. They are lighter colored than females and have finer veins in their wings. Females do not have the black spots. The veins, or black lines, in their wings are wider than in the males. Today I was watching a cluster of butterflies in the shade. Then the sun touched them, and they all flew out in a burst of orange. I'll bet that would be amazing. Male and female monarchs recognize one another by color and shape and veining. Wow, Moo. That was such a great little walk. I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it too. But that's not the only place that the monarchs come to. I'm gonna go over that ridge and I'm gonna show you something really special. Moo, Daddy found something really cool just on the other side of that hill. It's the ocean. And look, just down there, little baby seagulls. Wow. This ocean is actually part of a bay. On the other side of the bay is Monterey, and there are more butterflies over there. I love you. Later.